Hi guys, Kamal is back here today. In this video, I'm going to explain you 7702 May June. Question number 2. On previous video, in this below description of this video, you can watch question number 1, which I have already done. 7707 papers I have mostly done on October November 21 and also 7707 May June 2020. So watch those videos under this below description. So let's move on to the question without wasting our time. But before we move on to the content, I want you guys to remember Commerce with Mac is a YouTube channel which educates students in commerce related subjects, accounting, economics, and business studies. And also, I used to do YouTube earnings methods and travel log, sometimes career guidance. So, if you like this channel, subscribe the channel, hit the bell button because whenever I upload a video, that will be notified to you. So let's start today's sum. Stella started trading on 1st April 2021. All receipts are paid into the bank and all payments are made from the bank. She has not kept a full set of books but has provided the following information. Summary of receipts and payment for the year ended 31st March 2022. They have given capital introduced. Now this is an incomplete record sum. Before we move on to that, I just want to say, because you can see here they are asking you to find out everything. So you need to find out the bank account, you need to do the bank account in order to find out the amount of drawings, because there's a question mark. So if you see a question mark in your exam paper, it's an incomplete record sum, and also you can confirm it's an incomplete record sum based on the question where they will ask you to calculate statement of affairs. So you might have a question, what is statement of affairs? Statement of affairs is like similar to balance sheet. So in our terms, if I say balance sheet, in incomplete records term, you should know it's statement of accounts. I mean, in income statement, in our terms, if I say balance sheet, in incomplete record, you need to know its statement of affairs. So let's move on to the point. So we're going to discuss C, statement of affairs, D, Stella's profit for the year, and E, you need to advise whether or not to take down this. Not a hard sum, to be honest, we can do this, but watch the sum completely and also share to your friends, because you can study accounting, economics, business studies, Cambridge O level and A level completely free, and also Edexcel from my YouTube channel. So we have capital introduced 8,000, loan received repayable 2027 is 5,000, sales all cash 36,000, trade payable 17,850, fixtures and fittings 12,000, general expense 1,920, rent insurance 7,100, drawings question mark, bank balance at 31st March 2022. So they are given the bank account. I need to record the total receipts and total payments to Stella's bank account. So in the cash drawings for the year ended 31st March 2022, balance the bank account and bring down the balance on April 1st April 2022. So I need to do this sum. So let's do this together. Let me put the format and start the sum. So finding out is not going to take much time. First of all, they have given the cash receipts, so we can take the entire receipts, because capital introduced 8,000, loan received 5,000 plus sales 36,000. So I'm going to take all this three together. But for your understanding, let me write the date, because you need to be very specific with the date. When is this actually starting? It's on 31st March, but we can start with the opening balance on 1st March 2022. So we'll start with the 31st March 2022, because they're asking you to create the accounts on 31st March 22. So which means you're opening, you don't have brought forward in the sum. So all receipts you will be taking on the last day, because we are doing the sum on the last day. So I'll take into the books of account as 31st March, we are getting all the receipts. So I'll write here 31st March 20. So here I will write total receipts, or you can write receipts. So in total we got, I'm just going to show you in brackets, 36,000 plus loan 5,000 plus capital 8,000. So in total I got the amount of, you don't want to show the examiner in exam paper, but you need to know how I got this total. It's going to be 49,000. And then I had total payment on the year end. I just want to add everything together, so I'll write here payments. And you know how much our payment was, so I'm going to take all this payment here. We have 17,850, 12,000, 1,920, 7,100, which is redundant rates. So I'm going to take 17,850 plus 12,000 to show you here how I got this addition, plus 1,920 plus 7,100. Right, guys? So this is how we calculated our payments as well. So now I'm going to show you the entire total. 17, just let me check again, 850, 12,000, 1,920 and 7,100. So let me show here, 17,850 plus 12,000 plus 1,920 plus 7,100 will give me a value of 38,870. And also the good thing of this sum, they have already given the carry down, so you don't want to find it out. So we can take the carried down balance which they are given on the exam paper. Here they are saying the carried down balance is 2330. So I'm going to take that particular balance and find the exact drawing. So the difference between the total receipts and the total payment is the actual drawings. We need to know because this is a cash account, though we say it as a bank account. The cash, the amount of money they have taken from the bank is the cash drawings. So we're going to take the total out of it to know the exact drawings in total because they have kept a question mark for the drawings. Let me take total on both the sides. So here you can see the debit side is higher, which is 49,000, and here I'm going to take the same 49,000. And now I can find out the drawings. So like 31st 3 2022. So it's going to be 49,000 minus 2,330 minus 38,870. So you are going to get a balance of 7,800. So this is the exact drawings we need to find out for the next particular sum because they're asking you to find out the exact full total of drawings. So we found out that drawings on cash was 7,800. Not yet done with the sum. Now always remember to bring the amount brought forward here. So brought down is going to be first for 2022 you get 1 marks for bringing down the balances, and that is something which you should not miss in your exam papers because they give 5 marks or 4 marks. Based on that you can see 1 mark for this, 1 mark for this, 1 mark for this, 1 mark for this. So we are given 5 marks, then of course that is the 1 mark which you are actually missing. Let me check. No, they have given 4 marks, but to be on safe side, if we write the balance brought down, that will always save our amount of marks which we're going to score. So let's move on to the next part of the question. It's B. During the year ended 31st March 2022, Stella took goods from the business for her own personal use. The selling price of these goods is 3,375. Her markup is 25%. So there's a difference between a margin and markup. Margin is where you take from the gross profit and then you compare with the sales and then you calculate. But markup is about cost of sales. So you see the amount of percentage in the cost of sales. So we're going to calculate the markup now in a way you will understand. So I need to take the total drawing. So I'm going to do this thing in the yeah, here on my Excel sheet. Total drawings. So I'll take the first one is the cash drawings we got, which is 7,800, right? So now I need to do the cost of goods drawing. So they have given 3,375. So we need to remove the markup to get the exact amount of drawings they have made and start doing it. So we have a markup drawings, goods drawings. So we will take a working 3,375 as markup is underneath the amount. We need to remove it off. It's not in the percentage we're going to calculate. So we need to remove it off. So I'll multiply by 100 and divide by 125. So how did I take this 125, guys? You all need to know that markup is a percentage they already have kept. So I need to remove it off plus the percentage we have already, which is 100%, and we get 125%. So in exams, if you want to remove it off, divide it. If you want to if you wanted to find it out, multiply. But you need to be very specific in the question they're asking in the exam paper. So goods drawings is going to be multiply by 100 and divide by 125 because I'm removing it off. So I'm getting a value of here 3375 into 100 divided by 125. Amount of 2,700. So my total drawings is very easy to find out. Right here, total drawings. How much, guys? 10,500. So this is this was so easy, so quick, and then let's move on to the next part of the sum. So it's a 2 marks area. Now they are given another question. They ask you to Stella has provided a list of balance at 31st March 2022. Fixtures and fittings net book value 10,800, inventory 2,150, prepaid rent 500, balance at bank 2,330, debt payables 1,875, and loan repayables 2027 is an uncurrent liability because you take from 2022 and you are paying it on 2027. If the loan is within a year, maybe 2023, it comes on current liability. As it is paid on 2027, we consider it as non-current liability, and we need to find the capital. So now we need to prepare a statement of affairs capital account. Now I need to draw this sum. So let me take some time, draw this area. So how many marks for this? 5 marks. It's good. It's a very easy 5 marks area. So let's draw the format now. Let's start doing the sum. Now we have statement of affairs 31st March 2022. So they have already given the values. So I'm going to take one by one from starting with the fixtures and fittings. Let me start doing it. So here we have non-current assets. Let me name it one by one and then finish it off because we need to find the capital and it's going to be not that hard. So don't expect always the exam questions to be this easy. But if you still find it difficult because you are not practicing the basic incomplete records, but it's okay, you can still do with me all the papers and practice. So we have inventory fixtures and fittings 10,800. There's nothing else they are given. So fixtures and fittings, so I'm gonna follow the balances they have taken. So 10,800 and then that's all. So I move on to current assets. And then what do we have on the current assets? Let me draw one by one. Let me mark it. So we have inventory 2,150, prepaid rent. So let me go in order. So do I have trade receivables? No. So I have inventory 2,150. So let me mark it. 2,150. And then I have bank account. What's the balance we got on the bank account? 2,330. So I'll write bank. So let's go in order, guys. This is the order. So you have inventory, trade receivables, cash bank, and then prepaid expenses or accrued income. You will record it under current assets. If not, you always need to remember if there is no trade receivables, take the bank after inventory, and then the next rest after that. I'm sorry. So moving on to the point. So inventory bank is done. So I'm going to take the next transaction, which is prepaid rent. Yeah. So prepaid rent is going to be 500. So I can also take prepaid rent or I can take it as other receivable. Anything is fine. Prepaid rent is 500. Now I can get the total here. The total is going to be, yeah. So let me take the total. It's going to be 4,980. So I'll write 4,980. And then 1,800 plus 4,980 is going to be a total of, we will get in the current assets, 15,780. So now I'm going to record the other stuff. We have no idea about the capital, so I'll keep capital as blank, which we need to find out. And we know that we got the non-current liabilities as bank loan. So it was loan 2027. It was around 5,000. And then we had current liability trade payables. There was nothing else in the sum, so I'll take trade payables. Now let me check, is that the value I have taken is correct? Trade payables is 1,875. Yeah, of course, loan repayable is correct. So 1,875 is the balance I'm going to take here. Then I'm going to take these values to the next side. So it's going to be 5,000 and then 1,875. So that was so quick. So we calculated. Now we need to know, we also bring the same value 15,780 because total asset is going to be equal to capital plus total liabilities. So I'm going to take 15,780 and deduct the balances to get the value of capital. So here I can show how I took this. So I'm going to take 15,780 and deduct 1,875 minus 5,000. So here I'll get a balance of 15,780 minus 5,000 minus 1,875. So a balance of 8,905. So this is the exact balance we were looking for capital and we have already found it. And you guys can see it was so quick. First of all, I took the fixtures and fittings and the current assets. For the total, brought the same balances below and then deducted the non-current liability and current liability, found the capital balance. We'll move on to the next part of the sum, which is the fourth question. So we have Stella's statement of affairs is done. Calculate Stella's profit for the year ended 31st March 2022. You should always follow the formula. So let me write the formula to do this. So this is question number D we're going to do. So there's a formula when you are calculating profit. You take your closing capital, add your deduct your additional capital, add your drawings, and then you will find the profit. So let me see what are the balances they are given in this. So let me write here closing capital. How much was our closing capital? We found it. And then we have the next part to do. The closing capital was 8,905. So I'm going to write here. And we found the drawings as well. So I'm going to add that back. It's going to be 10,500, which we found on the first adjustment. Here you can see this is the exact amount I'm going to take into the sum. So 10,500. So I have added that as well. So 8,905 plus 10,500 is my addition. So I'm going to deduct additional capital under that. So I'll get a value of 19,405. So not yet done. I have my additional capital to deduct to get my exact profit, how much I have made. So additional capital was 8,000. So I'll deduct 8,000. I can put in brackets. Always write represent your minus values in bracket. So then we have 19,405 minus 8,000 will give you a balance of 227. I mean, you will get a balance of, let me, yeah, 11,405. So this is your profit. That was so easy scoring. You took your closing capital, added your drawings, deducted your additional capital, got your profit. Know this formula because this will help you a lot on your exam paper when scoring in your exams. So moving on to the next part. Now we have the last question, which is the 5 mark answer. A writing area, not on accounting, not in economics or business studies. You don't want to write lots of things, but you can write it simple to make it understandable for the examiner. Stella is now considering whether she should start to sell at least some of her goods on credit. Advise Stella whether or not she should start selling on credit terms. To speak about the advantages and disadvantages, maybe 3 advantages and 2 disadvantages, more will be more than enough for you to score this 5 particular marks. You can write, so I'll write a small answer for this. You can also copy this down. Stella can increase the level of sale due to introduction of what, guys? Of credit terms. Credit customers will make more purchases. Okay, so this is one of the point. So I wrote one. Then also you can say this will also create a good customer relationship and provides a chance for Stella competition in her market. Now, for example, Stella might be a lady who is selling the products, but there'll be a lot of people who will be selling products like them in credit terms. So she can get a competitive advantage. Most probably, like when you compete, she will be able to do it in a better way because she has a product and now she can give it in a credit term. So customers will love it, and those competitors people will flow into this lady. But the problem is, but on the other side, delay credit terms can affect the liquidity. Liquidity means the cash flow. Okay, liquidity of the business. What else we can say? But on the other side, credit terms can affect the liquidity of the business, and also it will affect. So liquidity of the business. Also, you can say also customers can be bankrupt, which will be a trouble for Stella business. Some customers even delay the payment, will also delay in making the payments. So now this is justification. You don't want to write which is good or bad, and also don't give conclusion in both the ways you should say. So you said about the good ways and you said about the bad ways, and this is advice Stella whether or not she should start selling on credit terms. So they're asking whether or not. As they're asking whether or not, you should be giving a conclusion. I thought maybe if they are asked only to justify, you don't want to give, but as they have asked you to advise, so I would say it's better to, it's your own opinion, guys. You can say it's bad or it's good. I will always say that offering credit terms will increase sales for Stella, So it's better she offers credit terms, but you should also give a solution. But she should be strict in collecting her payments. So it's not about selling, it's about collecting your money. If you collect your money, you're on safe side. If you don't collect your money, your business will go bankrupt. So I have given you a complete understanding about question number 2 in this video. If you like Commerce with Math, subscribe the channel and also share. So you have seen that recently I have been noticing that Shine Institute is coming. And of course, I'm doing class at Shine Institute and I've been doing classes here for almost like 4 years. So if you guys wanted to join physical class, of course, you can join, or you want to join online personalized class, of course, you can see the number on the description and contact me and directly appoint a class for the subjects you want in accounts, economics, and business studies. See you guys in another video and have a nice day.